Oh, hey, hold on. Stop. Down. Stop. Stop. Okay. Hey, welcome to the lair of the fox. It's Dave here from Jane Fox Custom Guitars. A while back, I did a review from our friend Rob at RML Innovations for the Torpedo bass bridge. So in that review, I kind of talked about, what the bridge was all about, and I did a box opening. And I thought it would be good to have another video to show how I installed it. I know when I'm looking at a product that I'm thinking about, I sometimes like to see a video of, what goes into installing it, or what I have to do, so that I know if it's something that I'm going to be capable of doing, or even if it's something that I want to do. Plus, if you already have the bridge, if you purchased it, it's always helpful to see how someone else installed it, just so you can either skip some steps, or if you've got questions. So I'm going to take you through what I went through in order to install this bridge. Now, I said this in the review video, episode 100, that RML did not give me any specific instructions on how to install the bridge other than what came in the box. And that was part of what I wanted to review anyway, was, can the average luthier, put this thing in? So I didn't contact Rob. I didn't even tell him I was doing an installation video. He asked me to do a review and a box opening. So I went ahead and did this, and I'm gonna share that with you. So let's just try to pretend that it isn't already installed. And what we'll do is we'll go back in time to when this was just raw wood, and I was considering, how am I gonna install this bridge? So let's go do that, and I'll check back with you in the future. So the first thing I had to do was find my intonation mark. This is a 34 scale bass. So I use my ruler to measure from the nut to the intonation point and along the center line, and I will make my mark at the point that the bridge will intonate. Now, according to the instructions, they want you to add 15 millimeters to the mark that you make at your scale mark. So first I'll draw a line at the intonation point, and then using my calipers, I can add on the 15 millimeters so that I can draw another line, which is the place at which I will actually drill my holes. Now, I want to say here that I am not sponsored, or this was no official training video for how to install this bridge. I'm installing this bridge with the instructions that came with the package. The people at RML didn't give me any additional instructions on how to install it. They just sent me the bridge with the idea that I would review it. So I'm doing this install having not installed one before. So I'm just kind of going along and doing it just like the instructions tell me. So if I screw up, I will show it on this video. So now I have the intonation line, and I have the line that I'm going to use to actually drill my holes. Now, this is where I vary a little bit from the instructions. The instructions say to measure the width of your neck in order to get your string spacing, But my guitar was designed on the computer, so I already have that set up. So I created my own little template that will, put my string spacing exactly where I needed it. So at this point, all I have to do is take my template, lay it on my center line, and then the lines that I just drew on the guitar in order to have the holes that I needed to drill. And then what I'll do is then I'll just center punch, and I'll have my my template all set to go. Now that I've drilled my 12mm holes, I need to test fit my bushings to make sure they're going to fit. So I'm lightly tapping them in with the fret hammer just to make sure they're going to be snug. Because when I do the final install, I'll do them after the body has been painted, and I don't want to have to run my drill bit back through those holes. So if there's going to be a problem, now's the time to find out. But they fit nice and snug, and I'm happy with the way that they went in. So my next step will be to take the guitar to finish, and then we'll permanently install these bushings. Okay, she's all out of paint, ready for final assembly. And at this point, we will begin the process of installing our RML Innovations Torpedo Bridge. Okay, so now I'm going to permanently install the bushings. At this point, I would lightly tap the bushing in, and per the instructions, I'm running a piece of string, or you can use the guitar string, through the hole in the top of the bushing so that you know that your guitar string will line up straight down the fretboard. So you pull on it, that's exactly where your string is going to go. When you're happy with it, I just tapped it in a little bit till it was snug. And then after I've got all of my strings done, all 5 of them, I come back and I use my fret hammer to lightly tap in the bushings until they're flush. I like to use a fret hammer because it's soft on the one side, and just go slowly, tap them in till it's nice and flush, and then you're done on that side. Then on the back, you're going to take the bushing that goes on the back, and you're going to do the same thing. Just going to tap it in, should fit in nice and snug. I'm putting a little bit of glue on each one of those just to hold them in, a little bit of CAs on there. And then once you've got those tapped in and flush, you're good to go. Now I'm going to install the torpedoes. Those simply slide onto the top of the rails there with the screws, and I'm using the included Allen wrench to tighten the back, the intonation screw, which is what actually holds the torpedoes on there. At that point, she's ready to get strung up, and then I can tune it and set the intonation, and installation is complete. Welcome back. Well, that wasn't so bad, was it? Pretty easy installation. I didn't run into any problems using the supplied instructions, and I'm very happy with the way it plays, with the way it sounds. And I'm going to be putting more of these on the bases that I build. So if you haven't seen the episode 100, I do a full review on the bridge itself, and I also do a box opening so that you can see what kind of products you get, what you get in the box when you order this. Also uploaded a series, a multi-part series called How to Build a Bass, and I go through step by step how I built this Jane Fox 5-string Banshee bass, everything from raw wood all the way to final finish. So if you get a chance, check that out. If you like what you see, please subscribe so I can put up more content. And as usual, thanks for watching. And this would be the part where I would play a little guitar solo or a bass solo as the video goes out. But I'm down in my actual shop and I don't keep my fancy schmancy amps up here. So how about I just take you out with some air bass.